What's up guys, it's Missy. I'm back with another SimCity Build It video. This video is for my group members only. A lot of you guys have not been following the rules. You know, we were doing really good. We really were. Like, everything the last couple of weeks has been great. You guys have been doing great. You've been super helpful, and for the most part, everything's been great. Now, we have one player who doesn't really fit the criteria to be in the club, because their city is just not strategic and all that. I'm going to talk to that person, but that is kind of a separate thing here. The next thing is we have a couple of new players from last week and this week. So this is only their second week in the group, and then we have, I believe, 1 or 2 people. This is their first week. So they're kind of getting the hang of things and all that. But when I start to see players slowly break the rules, even if it's just like something minuscule, it sets a chain reaction and other people start to do it. So we had one player that was posting rare items that before the person was at their depot. That is not allowed. It's in the group rules video, and I shouldn't even have to be saying this, but I'm saying it. And well, here's the thing. What I consider to be rares is dozer, VU, and storage. That is also said in the video. So even though you may not need dozer anymore and it's not considered a rarity to you, it still is considered a rare. Now, the community depot will have rares posted just kind of sitting there. And that is a totally different thing. The community depot is a depot that you guys are very familiar with. It has free items, and I ask that you do not take what you don't need, okay? And that if you see rares there, that you only take what you need. Don't just be greedy and take everything. Don't take anything for resale. Once a day, I will tell you guys to clear the depot out so that I can refill it with fresh items so that Daniel doesn't get them. But if you're going to other players' depots, all depots are up for grabs. Nobody gets a open depot, or a closed depot, I mean. Unless it's like, oh, somebody's doing an epic and you want to kind of say, okay, for now, you know, everybody's going to not come to my depot because I'm posting everything for so-and-so to do their epic, and then once their epic is done, then the depot opens back up. Now, normally we don't have to do that because normally everybody helps everybody, and everybody's doing really well in that regard. But what a lot of people don't understand is how to hit for war in this group. So we're trying to lose, okay? We want, and as long as you leave targets for players that way they can do their assignments. We want to make sure that everybody can do their assignments, and then we stick to our war schedule. So we don't want to get knocked, and we don't want the enemy to be knocked. If you start to notice that we're running low on targets, and you don't need to hit for any reason like an assignment or whatever, then you probably should lay off. Now, let's say you come to the war screen and you're not using a jackpot, but you only need to launch 1 time. And you start to see that there's a couple people with maximum health, but then there's a couple people with like 1 health. What you should do, if you're only going to hit 1 time, is hit the person with no health, and that way you maximize your points on their health bar rather than wasting somebody else's full health bar. Okay, another tactic to use is if your city just recently got hit and you go to the war map and you see, hey, this person put a jackpot on me. A good way to lose the war is to repair on that jackpot so that they continue to hit you and continue to gain points on that jackpot. So keep repairing. If you get hit on the jackpot, they'll keep hitting you. Another way to get the enemy to attack you is to attack the people that are hitting for the most. This will basically trigger them into kind of like a counter reaction, like, hey, you know, you hit me, I hit you kind of thing. Not only that, but it also gives them cheap, easy war items, rather than having them have to do a bunch of war deliveries. So if you want to lose war, those are the things that you would do. Here's the thing. If you launch a jackpot, what's going to happen is it's going to show a little symbol next to the name. For example, this one here, see how there's a red star with a plus sign? That's a jackpot. Okay, so if I click on this person's city, it tells me how long that jackpot is going to be active for. Now this person is dead, so the only way for me to hit on this jackpot is if I hit a shield bust. Now, I don't have the items I need to do that. But if I wanted to shield bust them, it would repair their city for 7 damage. The jackpot would still be there, and then I or somebody else could hit them again on that same jackpot. Before you attack on any jackpot that's not yours, you need to make sure that that jackpot is available and open. So if you launch a jackpot and you're done with it, your energy is gone and there's still some time left and still some health left, you go to the group chat and you say open jackpot on so-and-so, or just say open jackpot. What people will do is they'll go to the war screen, they click the name with the jackpot booster next to it, and they click the little I. This will show you who launched the jackpot and who launched the attack. For instance, right now, Silver launched the jackpot and hit for 2. But this person is dead. So she launched a jackpot on a city that only had 2 health. That's what that means. Because nobody hit it after her. So she messed up. She should have, and she's just a kid, but this is just an example. She should have launched her jackpot on somebody with maximum health, hit for whatever she was going to hit for, and then offered the jackpot to whoever else needed it. Now, she's only hitting 1 time so that she can get the rewards for the victory or for the defeat. If you don't hit at least 1 time, you do not qualify for the defeat or the victory rewards. Now, basically that was just a huge waste of a jackpot. Really, she should have just hit once, or she should have laid the jackpot down for somebody else or something, put it on a different city. I don't know if that was an intentional act or she just doesn't know or what, but it's just an example I'm using to show a mistake that can be made. That's one mistake. Okay, another mistake that people make is when they lay down a jackpot, for instance, let's say that you hit the person and then you offer the jackpot to somebody, okay? And you show up and there's 4 health or 3 health or whatever. There's a minuscule amount of health left. You want to add up the total amount of points to maximize your points. So if there's, let's say, 4 health left and you want to hit for 10 damage, what you can do is you can come over here and you can say, okay, I can hit for 2. That brings them down to 2 health. Then I can hit for 1. That brings them down to 1 health. Then I can hit for 10. Rather than just hitting for 10 and taking all the health at once. Does that make sense? So you want to hit for your least amount first and then do your final attack. But you got to make sure that you have the amount of energy required. You don't want to not calculate up your energy properly and then end up not being able to do your final attack. If you see somebody with 1 health on the screen and you're doing one main big hit the person with the least amount of health, because this will maximize your points, but it will still save other targets for your teammates. If all the targets on the opposing team get knocked, then the knockout timer begins. If nobody on their team repairs or comes out from under shield, if we don't shield bust them and they don't repair, then war will end early. And if that happens, we get thrown off our war schedule. That cannot happen, okay? They cannot have us knocked, we cannot have them knocked. That is why it is crucial that you guys repair and that you keep an eye on the war screen. The next thing that you want to take into consideration is people being able to do their assignments. You want to make sure that you're leaving targets for people to do their tasks. Another thing to consider is that near the end of war, the last 2 or 3 hours of war, everybody's going to be looking at their contest mayor's list and getting in whatever last minute war assignments they may need to do, like a booster or an attack, because they know that they're going to have a 12-hour cooldown and a 12-hour prep phase, which means it'll be 24 hours again until they can actually do that task. So keep in mind that if we're really close to, let's say, winning, that everybody should stop attacking and stop doing anything for fun or for the pass and start doing it only for the contest. And that way we can ensure that we actually lose. If we do win, it's not the end of the world, but we really do want to lose. We don't want to continue being an A6. A6 is, you get hit pretty hard, man. Like, every time you come out of shield, you get just annihilated. And A4 and A5 aren't like that. So, I mean, they can be, but they're not normally like that. I would prefer the club be an A4 or 5, where you get hit moderately. And that way you're not constantly under shield. Because spending your whole time having to repair and using up all your nails and planks and tapes and things like that, it sucks. And it sucks when you want to be able to do your assignment and you have to fully repair first. And then by the time you fully repair, they hit you again, and then you're unable to do your task. So that is why we're trying to lose, because we want to get demoted down a couple of arenas. Not only that, but it also gives you guys silver tokens and gold keys, whereas a victory gives you a couple of platinum keys and just some cash and some war coins. But the silver tokens are beneficial for you lower level players because you're trying to play the contest and all of your epics are going to be gold epics. That is the only place where you're going to get silver tokens, besides for the Mayor's Pass. Okay, so now that we've kind of cleared that up, pay very close attention to what I'm about to say. This here is your war tree, your war card tree. What you're going to do here is these are your types of cards. There's common, which is blue, rare, which is yellow, and purple, which is legendary. The way that this works is you collect cards based on the points that you earn. The points that you earn in the content or in the war or towards the monster go towards your VU pass. Okay? Your VU pass is the icon on the top, and you get the top part of the pass for free. You have to pay for the bottom half of the pass. Now, you're going to collect your rewards based on whatever amount of points you earn. So, for instance, the top right corner of the screen here says I need to earn 2,100 war points to go to the next level. Okay? You're going to collect your items, and whatever you collect, war items, war boosters, simoleons, whatever, utilize those to the best of your ability. For instance, war items should be launched, not sold, because they can get you war points that can unlock these pass rewards. Boosters should be launched for a couple of reasons. You're going to launch jackpots to earn double points. You're going to launch energy pumps to maximize points. And then you're going to launch any other booster. The only reason you would launch any other booster is if you have a booster task. That's it. You really shouldn't be launching any umbrellas or duds or vampires. You shouldn't be playing defensively because we want to lose, right? So there's really no sense in you putting up umbrellas unless let's say you come out of shield, right? And you want to be able to get your assignment done without having to worry about them putting you under shield first. Then you would come out of shield, launch an umbrella on yourself, launch a jackpot on them, launch your attacks. That way you ensure that you can actually get your stuff done without being completely annihilated. But there's really no sense in you launching an umbrella on yourself if they've launched a jackpot on you, because we're trying to lose, okay? If they launch a jackpot on you and they hit you, repair. That way they can hit you more so they can earn more points. And then that will give them more reason to do it again. Okay, another good tactic is to look here and look at the war points. The person that's hitting for the most, you should be hitting, because they're going to be more inclined to hit you back. Hitting the people at the bottom is probably not going to do you very good, you know, because all these people haven't done anything. They're not even going to qualify for the prize. So they're non-existent. They're just they're just targets basically for the group. Okay, so Ocean and the Community Depot are the only ones that haven't hit for war. Community Depot's dead. It's the only reason I haven't hit it. I don't know where Ocean is or what they're doing. We have 2 members in the group that are over level 24, and they are not necessarily playing strategically. I'll be in contact with you to determine if this is the right club for you. It's nothing personal, but you know, a lot of what I do on my channel is to kind of make things be successful for members, and that do progress reports and things. And if I start getting people that aren't doing that, then it kind of defeats the purpose of the club, right? So, I mean, you want to try to be as strategic as possible if you're in our group. Now, as far as war deliveries go, you guys, if you need the war items, then do the deliveries for the war items that you need, or if you have a task for it. But if you don't have a task for it and you're just doing it for fun, there's really no point in you doing the deliveries. They're really a waste of money, okay? Add up the amount of items that you're donating, even if it exceeds that amount and you can sell the war item for more money, you have to take into consideration what you're donating. That item, to remake it, might end up costing you more later. So keep that in mind. Okay, the next couple of tips here, and you guys really should be watching the War for Beginners video. That is going to be super helpful. But here's the thing. Not many people have been offered a VP spot in the club. A VP in the group, basically what that means versus a normal player is they are supposed to enforce rules, okay? If they see that people are not adhering to the rules, they should be giving a friendly reminder. They shouldn't be being, super rude. If you're a VP and you're being rude, tone it down, okay? I'm a pretty blunt person, okay? And when I I'm starting to get a little irritated with people right now. I'm not going to list the people because I'm just not in the mood to air out everybody's laundry kind of thing. But I will say this, okay? If I'm ever talking in my videos and you think, is she talking about me? The odds are probably. If you feel that the shoe fits, you might want to lace it up and wear it. Like, that's kind of like where I'm at with it right now. If I'm talking about somebody went out and shot a frog on my front porch and you never came over and shot the frog, you know I'm not talking about you. But if you were over on my porch shooting frogs, you're probably going to go, oh, is she talking about me? Yeah, dude. So, I mean, if you're breaking rules, if you're posting rares when you shouldn't be, if you're just doing dumb stuff, then yeah, I'm probably talking about you, okay? Now, it's not that one incident makes such a big problem, but it kind of does, because it creates a chain reaction for other players, and there's really no reason for it, right? So here's a couple of things that I want to clear up real quick. You guys, I'm starting to get really irritated with the fact that nobody listens, okay? And it's not just in the group, and it's not just the rules, it's in general. Like, for instance, I had a person ask me if they are able to camp and play the Contest of Mayors competitively. And I asked if they had watched any of my Contest of Mayors videos, and they said yes, they had watched a ton of them. That doesn't make sense, okay? All I talk about in my videos is about how you're going to be camping level 24, how you're not going to be upgrading, how you're going to be ignoring those tasks. I go through and I explain in detail how to avoid them, how to cancel them, when to cancel them, how you're going to be stuck at level 24 forever and ever and ever until you finish the Missy's Building Guide. I mean, I don't even understand how you could have that miscommunication, okay? So I'm trying to understand, like, why you would even think that you should even be going past level 24. And then it was like, oh, well, should I be canceling, basically their question was, should I be canceling upgrade tasks? How am I going to be able to win, leveling during, like, basically they were under the impression that they should be leveling in Mega and that there's no way to win Mega without leveling. How can you watch my Contest of Mayors videos and be under that assumption? I don't know. That is so mind-boggling to me. So the only thing I can say to you is you need to go back and rewatch those videos if you are under that impression. Another person yesterday said that they were broke and that they wanted to make money, and that basically that they are always broke. So this is a classic thing that happens with people. And I have so many videos explaining storage management, production, what to sell, what to keep, what to make, everything. And there's not really much more I can say on that. But this person had made a comment to me about how they feel like when they have more, they make more. When you have more what? You make more what? Like, what does that even mean? And he's under the impression that because he goes to someone's city and he collects, let's say, a gift bag with a couple hundred coins in it, that all of a sudden he starts making more money. That doesn't make sense. Like, I can't even begin to wrap my head around where you came to that conclusion. Okay, because what is making more money? You have your taxes, which is a fixed amount, okay? And then you have the items that you're selling. The items that you're selling are not selling for any more than they were selling for just because you collected something somewhere. So whatever it is that you've conjured up in your head that doesn't make sense, okay? It's literally as ridiculous as saying, I go to work every single week, and every single week I make $600. And then I decide, well, you know what? This week I'm going to keep my $600 in my pocket, and I'm going to go to work and I'm going to make more money. That's how ridiculous that is. You get paid the same amount, no matter what, okay? Your taxes are going to be whatever taxes they're going to be, whether you collected a gift box from somewhere or not. If you make metal, it's going to sell for what it's going to sell for. You don't just have this number on the top right corner of your screen magically going up just out of nowhere just because the game decided. I mean, that just doesn't even make sense to me. You have what you spend, you have what you make, and you have your taxes. That's how it works. It's not this, well, it's just a coincidence that I just have more money because I have more money. Like, what? Come on, man. What? How does that even make sense, dude? You guys are killing me here. I mean, it literally has gotten to the point where it's that bad, dude. It is that bad. I say the sky is blue, the sky is blue, the sky is blue. Somebody comes up and goes, I know, but what color's the sky? Is it red? Like, it's almost like I'm wondering if it's on purpose. That's how bad this is. For instance, yesterday, somebody reminded somebody, hey, you know, you need to only post rares when the person's at your city. They say, oh yeah, I know. Minutes later, they're posting rares when the person's not at their city. Well, if you know, then why the hell are you doing it? You know? And this isn't just one person. It happens all the time. And it's driving me crazy. Now, we've done really, really good. The last couple of months have been really good. Everybody's been pretty on top of it. Now, when I say, you know, you got to be active, and then the person jumps on the game once, you know, it's like, that's not active. Okay, just because you've gotten away with being inactive for this long, it's not going to continue to be that way. Okay, so I've got a couple people who are on the boot list. I'm done. You know, you either be active or you don't be. Another thing that I wanted to remind you guys of: if you guys are posting stuff. So what I've noticed a lot of people do is somebody says, hey, you know, 5 chairs. And then someone says, 5 chairs up. And then another person posts 5 chairs. And then another person posts 5 chairs. All right after each other. It's like, dude, you saw 2 people post them. You don't need to post more, right? Now, maybe all their messages were sent at once. That happens a lot. So instead of them saying, never mind, they just go quiet and they don't bother to say that they didn't post them. So the person goes to their depot trying to buy them, you know, to be nice, like not to leave stuff in their depot, and they're not there. If you decided that you're not going to post them, just say never mind. And I had informed them of that, and now all of a sudden, when people see that somebody else posted, now everybody's saying never mind. And it's like, oh my God, it's not that hard, you know? And then you've got people that are like, oh, you know, do you want me to sell you your items back? No, we're not even going to get into that. Look, man, if you post something, okay, and somebody doesn't show up to get it because somebody else posted it for them, it's just going to sit in your depot. If it's something that you would like back, then ask for it to be reposted to you. Like if it's something important, you know, like maybe melons or something, and you didn't want to get rid of them, then just say, hey, you know, can you sell those back to me if you don't need them? Then great. I usually try to pick up the extras. If I'm busy, I won't, or if it's something I really didn't need 15 of and I'm low on space, then I won't. But for the most part, I try to pick up everything that gets posted. Now, what I don't want to see is, okay, 3 people have already posted it, 5 minutes goes by, and then somebody opens the chat and posts it for you again. And it's like, dude, it's been 5 minutes. You clearly see I got what I needed, you know? Like, come on, man. Honestly, what it really comes down to is common sense. That's what this is lacking. It's all common sense stuff. If you put just a little more thought into what you say, what you do, and the situations, things would be so much more clear. For example, 90% of the questions can be answered by simply reading your screen. Truthfully, they can. Somebody will sit there and be like, well, I don't know what this booster does. Well, click on it. Read it. It tells you what it does. You gotta try to understand. You put more than 1 second of thought into something. Don't think, well, I have more money, it's just gonna appear to have more money now. No, dude. You make an item and it's worth its value. Okay? Now, that's what it's gonna sell for. It's not gonna sell for more, it's not gonna sell for less. It's gonna sell for what you post it for, and that's how your money gets made. Okay? If you're somebody who's always broke, then you need to ask yourself what you're doing wrong. What are you spending your money on? Because if you're following the Missy's Building Guide, you're not buying roads. Your services, you really shouldn't be buying any services either, because you're not going up in pop, you're camping. You're not buying any of the police, health, fire, because you got maxes. So where's your money going? I mean, what a lot of people do though is they lack structure in all their other shops. So a lot of people have it drilled into their head to make donuts and flour, but that's it. They just do whatever they want in all their other stores. You really do need to get off your lazy butt, grab the production plan that me and CPT busted our ass to make, and read it, and look at it, and go, okay, I'm gonna start making $100,000 a day now. It's not that hard. We did the hard work for you, okay? I mean, go to your shops, set them up, try harder. If you're not gonna try, I'm not gonna try to teach you. A lot of people, it really comes down to how bad do you want it. Do you want to be broke, or do you not want to be broke? This is not a win or lose game. This is a apply yourself or don't apply yourself game. A be broke or don't be broke game. If you don't want to be broke, then don't be broke. Get off your lazy butt, grab the production plan, start making the items that turn a high profit, stop selling the items that don't turn a high profit that you just have to remake later, stop buying garbage you don't need, start managing your storage better, and playing more strategically and productively. Don't just willy-nilly do whatever the hell you damn well please. I'm a little liquid over here, I'm a little liquid over there, just do whatever and expect to be successful. Okay? That is probably the biggest problem with this game, is that because there's no win or lose, people aren't really forced to do better. So they kind of get away with slacking, And until you get fed up with being broke and you really want to apply and try and do better, you're not going to. It's that simple. If you continue to do the same thing every day, you're going to get the same result. Expecting a different result from doing the same action is the definition of insanity. Okay? You need to apply yourself and do better and make the items in the shops that you need to make to turn a high profit. If you're making things that you shouldn't be making and you're wondering why you're broke, well, that's why you're broke. Okay? It's not as simple as just make donuts and be rich. I wish it was. It wouldn't have taken me 2 weeks to run numbers and crunch numbers if it was just make donuts and be rich. And that's what a lot of people are under the impression of. The donuts only account for $30,400 of your daily income as a level 18 to 20 player. Okay? So as a higher level player with a 3-star shop, it accounts for $38,000. That's if you run it perfectly. That's it. Okay? So that's for the donut shop in the barn. But everything else, you have, 18,000 on the caps. You've got X amount on the TVs and the bulbs and so forth. And so if you're not doing everything just right and you're costing yourself money elsewhere, you're not going to get ahead, right? So then you have to take into consideration materials that you've purchased, tokens that you've run. You really do you don't have to be a mathematical genius, but all you have to do is pick up the production plan. And then, like clockwork, how many times have I said where you can find the production plan? It's in the description of every video. Just about every video that I post, it's in the description of. Okay? It's also on our Facebook page in the announcements section. If you type in SimCity Build It, MissyAnne it's there. And then I, without fail, on the video, I'll get comments or in my club or whatever. I don't know how to find the plan. What do you mean? What do you mean you don't know how to find it? I've only said it in like every video where to find it. I mean, you're not listening. That's the problem. That's what it comes down to. Everything that you need to know about this game is on this channel. That's the bottom line. I've got videos on everything that you can think of. So if you don't understand how to play War, that's on you. Find the video that you need to find to understand it and try harder. Don't just think that it's just going to come to you. Okay? If you don't want to be broke, go to my channel and find the videos that show you how to make money. Better yet, don't just stop there. Go find the videos about storage management. How you manage your storage has everything to do with how much money you have. If you're selling the wrong stuff and then turning around and having to make items that aren't profitable because of that action, that is costing you. Okay? So if there's anything that you're having trouble with in the game, all you have to do is look on my channel, watch the video and listen to it. Don't watch 2 minutes of it. Don't watch, don't skim through it. Don't do it when you're making cookies and not paying any attention. Then go, oh yeah, I watched it. No, you didn't. If you can't even tell me how many roads you need to be read after watching the Never Upgrade Roads video, then you did not watch the damn video. Okay? I actually had somebody tell me that. I asked him, how many roads do you need to be read in order to do this? He couldn't tell me. And that was after watching it 5 times, he told me. He watched it. I counted like 75 times where I said you need 3 red roads. And then he says, well, I'll go back and watch it. I said, now watch it and pay attention. Within 3 minutes, he had come back to the conversation and said 3. I was like, really? Thank you. So within 3 minutes, you knew because you were paying attention. You know, it's kind of like understanding the words or writing the beat to the song. You know, and you either write the beat or you listen to the lyrics. You guys are riding the beat. You're not paying attention. You've got to pay attention and apply yourself if you want to do good. This is one of those games where you can do whatever and have it be easy and just kind of meh. Or you can apply yourself, do good, and actually be successful. You know? When I see people that have three slot factories, all Latin homes on their map, level 30, unable to do much of anything, not even wanting to do better, I have very little incentive to want to help them. Okay? So, all right, you guys, I'm going to get this posted. Hopefully, you guys can do better. A lot of you guys, like I said, you guys aren't doing bad in terms of, like, you guys are all doing really good and helping each other. I have no problems with anybody specifically on a personal level or anything like that. I just want you guys to pay a little more attention to the content, you know, in the videos, and just follow the simple rules. They're there for a reason, okay? Just don't post rares when the person's not at your depot. Always say the amount. Try to use some level of common sense when doing war. And if you do have questions, watch the videos. And if you still have questions, then come to me and ask me, okay?